my fellow tooth fairies. Today we're going to talk about, should I continue my education and get a master's degree? So I've been asked the question, would I consider getting a master's degree in dental hygiene? Now, at this moment, no. However, I did initially get my bachelor's instead of my AS degree because I wanted to be able to either go into dentistry later and become a dentist, or to, maybe teach at some point, or, there's other options that open up once you have your bachelor's degree, which is why I went and got that. So let's talk about a master's degree. What does it take to get a master's degree? What your prereqs are, what schools offer it, in which states, and we'll talk about the average salary, and of course what you can do with a master's. Actually, let's start with what you can do with the master's. So I am gonna have to do some reading today because there's a lot, and one of these days I'll be able to afford a teleprompter, but until then, we're gonna have to stick to the good old notes. So for starters, your career options for a master's in dental hygiene are essentially public health, education, or pharmaceutical sales, repping brands, that kind of stuff. Okay, so these are more specifically what you can have. Your career options are corporate. You can do pharmaceutical sales, dental supply sales. You can become a dental office manager, corporate educator, dental insurance officer, or hospital/nursing home consultant. Education. So if you want to go more the education route, you have classroom instructor as an option, clinical or didactic instructor, laboratory instructor, educational researcher, which could be fun. I do like research. Dental hygiene program director, or a school dean. All right, if you want to go public health, you could do local state department, dental public health officer, community clinic administrator, National Health Service Corps member. So those are kind of your options. So if any of those sound interesting to you, look at not only getting your bachelor's in dental hygiene, but continuing on to get a master's. A lot of hygienists will do clinical for 20, 30 years and then decide that they want to do something else with the rest of their life, but they're still passionate about hygiene. So they'll go into maybe inspiring the next round of hygienists by becoming educators, or going into more research, or going into, a lot of them honestly want to go into the public health and kind of help out in more of the government roles. So how long does it take to get your master's? Obviously you're going to get your bachelor's first, and then you're going to add another 1 to 2 years, depending on which track you want to go, to get your master's degree. And that does include a thesis project or a capstone. So there is going to be some huge project you're going to have to finish. Good luck with that. A dental hygiene bachelor program is necessary in order to continue. A current license is also required to apply to these schools. And some of these schools are all online classes, some are all on-site classes, and some offer both online or on-site. And with COVID, who knows, there's probably more online these days than there was prior, but I didn't check for current COVID statuses on these schools. This is all kind of previous, because I don't want to call these people up, okay? I love you all, but I'm not going to do that much research. So I will have all of these links listed below as far as how you can find the graduate programs. I have a link for an article we're going to talk about later. There's going to be a lot of stuff below, so make sure and check out the description box. Okay, so what states and which schools in those states have master's programs? Let's start with California. California has 2 schools, the University of California, San Francisco, and the University of Southern California. Okay, Connecticut has University of Bridgeport. Idaho has Idaho State University. Massachusetts has Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Michigan has the University of Michigan. Minnesota Metropolitan State University and University of Minnesota. Missouri has the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I'll slow down. North Carolina has University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. New Mexico, University of New Mexico offers. In Ohio, they have the Ohio State University College of Dentistry. Tennessee, University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Texas, University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio. Virginia, Old Dominion University, Washington, Eastern Washington University, and West Virginia as West Virginia University. Okay, there's nothing in Colorado. I was very shocked. And my old school, which I went to 13 years ago, was talking about doing a master's program there. If apparently they've not done it, or at least it didn't end up on this list, but this was kind of the main dental hygiene list. So shame on them. All right, so let's jump back into the University of Idaho and let's talk about the required foundational coursework and undergraduate degree / licensure, what's required to get into school. And I grabbed this one, and I think it was the University of Massachusetts, just to kind of get some different states to see what they required. And you can go to all of these programs, again, listed below, and you can check it out for yourself, whichever one is closest to you. And if you're doing it online, it doesn't really matter. So students from Idaho State Universities must have graduated from an accredited entry-level dental hygiene program, hold a bachelor's degree, told you, in dental hygiene or a related field. So it doesn't actually have to be dental hygiene. You have to have a bachelor's, but it doesn't have to be dental hygiene. It could be something related. Have a minimum grade point average of 3.0 in upper division and dental hygiene coursework. Students must have a current dental hygiene license in good standing. A copy of this license must be provided to the Department of Dental Hygiene as part of the application process. Students must have taken an undergraduate or graduate statistics or biostatistics course. Took one of those. Hated that class. A minimum of a C is required. I don't actually remember what I got in that course. It may have been a C, maybe the only C I've ever had in my life, honestly. If students have not taken a statistics course, they may take it online or in person at the institution of their choice. A graduate level course in statistics may be used as a 3-level credit for the program. Applicants must complete a baccalaureate degree from a college or university accredited in the U.S. or its equivalent from a school in another country. So for those of you that watch that are overseas, welcome, hi, love having you. You can get your master's in the US as well, as long as you go to an equivalent from a school in another country. Now, what that actually means, they don't have in detail. You'd probably have to contact the School of Idaho and say, does my school qualify? And they'll let you know. This degree may be in progress during the application process, but must be completed prior to beginning the program. The applicant's degree can be from dental hygiene or any related field. Woohoo! And then University of Massachusetts, our 36 credit hour online master's degree program specifically designed for practicing dental hygienists can be earned part-time and culminates in a thesis. When you graduate, you'll be well prepared to move forward as an educator, administrator, or researcher. So you have to have graduated from an accredited dental hygiene program, earn a bachelor's degree from an accredited college or university, again, not necessarily dental hygiene, which I find interesting. 1 year of work experience in healthcare, and then they've got some weird test score here I've never heard of. Minimum TOEFL score of 79 or score of 6.5 on the IELTS is required for all candidates for whom English is not a native language. All right, so those were 2 schools I just pulled out of the list that we just discussed. So what are some of the classes? So the classes are broken up into 2 tracks. You've got your education track and you have your public health track. So let's go over the education track first. So for people who want to get their master's in dental hygiene, but want to be teachers, or something along that line. Research methodology and statistics, essentials in public health, health policy and finance, administration and management, health education and health behavior, program planning and evaluation, evidence-based literature review, adult learning theory for health professions education, research design and proposal development, curriculum and course design in health professions education, data analysis and manuscript preparation, health professions education practicum, and that's 36 hours of work, and that sounds exhausting. So if you're going to get your Master's of Science graduate program in the public health track, some of these are going to sound similar. But then they've got some different ones. So research methodology and statistics, heard that one before. Essentials in public health, so that's familiar. Health policy and finance, again, same. Administration and management, yep. Health education and health behavior, yep. Program planning and evaluation, yep. Evidence-based literature review, yes. Epidemiology, new one. Epidemiology, good one to know. Research design and proposal development, yep, that's the same. Advanced dental hygiene practice, that's new. Data analysis and manuscript preparation, same. Public health practicum, different. And also 36 hours worth. So it's a lot. So, but if that's something that you're interested in, totally look into this stuff. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I did find an article from 2013 in the RDH Magazine from 3 hygienists that decided to go from clinical hygiene into getting their master's and then either into the public health track or into the education track, and what their experiences have been. So I will link that below as well so you can read their experiences, because I thought that was interesting, why they decided to do it and then what they decided to focus on when they got into it. Okay, and finally, the big question. Do you get a raise by getting your master's degree in dental hygiene? Turns out, no. Some of these, if you get into education, and even public health, your income can actually drop fairly significantly. So you could go from 50, 60, even 70,000 a year to like 35. But if that's what you're passionate about, you're not gonna care a whole lot. But anyway, on average, so I did find the average for masters, and it's really not too bad. So $72,410 to $78,295 is what's average for somebody with their dental hygiene master's degree. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, for clinical hygiene, the best states for clinical hygienists, I had to look this up because I've been super curious. Turns out number 1 is Alaska. Honey, we're moving to Alaska because it's gorgeous up there. Anyway, so states and districts that pay dental hygienists the highest average salary. Alaska at, wow, $114,320 for Alaska. I'm okay with that. California, $100,830. Washington, $90,690. Arizona, $85,890. And New Jersey at $85,860. Not bad. And that's, again, working 3 to 4 days a week, because that's pretty much average for a dental hygienist. So we all need to move to Alaska. I wouldn't recommend California at the moment, just because there are a lot of hygienists in California. And I know that because that's where I graduated from, and it was full then. It's way full now. So hopefully that answered some questions if you're interested in getting your master's degree, or if you're looking into dental hygiene and wondering, should I continue my education on past, say, my bachelor's degree? These are some of the things that if you're interested in research, if you're interested in sales, if you're interested in public health or more into the government role of oral health, then yeah, do it, get in there. For me, honestly, the only thing I've ever wanted to sell was burst, and that's very recent. That's within the last year. I always swore I'd never do anything dental sales related, just because that's not who I am, and I've never found a product that I liked enough to try and sell till burst. So they've changed my mind. But other than that, like if you're wanting to, be a dental hygiene teacher, like my instructors, I swear they love their job. And while I would much rather teach archery than dental hygiene, one of my classmates, she went right back in and became an associate teacher, like right off the bat. I mean, she was working clinical too, but she was doing both. And that's super cool. And it worked for her. So, do what you're interested in. I love that. I love that our job is flexible enough that we can do clinical, you can not do clinical, you can do whatever you want. So those are your options. Hope that helped. And I will see you guys next week. And leave any questions below. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.